Hi there, Suzanne here. I wanted to walk you through this automation for when you upload it to your own GetResponse account. This is why I love GetResponse so much. You can create automations, export them, so that someone else can import them. And this way, I can offer you more help when you're just getting started. So let me give you the step-by-step instructions, okay? So the first thing you have to do is, of course, download your import. And I'm assuming you've done that already. So the next thing you need to do is go to your GetResponse account, go to the top right here under Tools, click on Automation, and now you would need to click on Create Workflow. Once that page opens, you want to come down to the bottom of the left here where it says Import Template. So click on that. Now give your template a name. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to call it GetResponse Tutorial, and you can give yourself a description if you want. This is just for your own use so that you know what each automation is for. Then what you would do is you would drag and drop the download that you got through my link and click Next. Now you'll be bounced to this page, and you probably won't have any automation set up yet. These are some of mine. So I'm scrolling to the bottom. Yours will probably be right up at the top. And click on Use Template. And there you go. All right, so at the top of my funnel, I have here subscribe to any list via any method. So that basically means if you're doing a blog post or a video and you have an opt-in form, in that opt-in form, you've included the name of the list that you want to use, and this is what you'll apply here. So you would click on Specific, and then you would select whatever list you created in GetResponse for this automation. And if you're not quite sure how to create a list, let me quickly show you that. You would go to Contacts, click on Create List, and then name a list here. So depending on your promotion, it could be the name of the product you're promoting. It could be for sending out newsletters, whatever it is, you would create it here. It'll pop up here, and then when you're back, the name should show up here. If you did it after the fact, just refresh the page and it'll show. So this is what I mean by a hands-free automation, because as soon as they opt into that list, everything is automated and it'll run on its own. Now you also have a choice to start your funnel in a different way. If you click on Add Elements, there are many different ways you can start an automation. The other method that I use quite often is when I send a specific message. So here, instead of opting into a list, if I sent a broadcast, I again can pick what newsletter that is, pick the name of that newsletter. Okay, so you're going to have all the different ones that you've sent out, and this could be the start of your automation. But that's up to you, okay? There are many different ways to do this. If you decide you do want to change this top element, all you need to do is delete the connection, move this over, and link this new element to the automation. And then you can just delete this one, okay? And don't forget, the help that they offer here is wonderful. By just clicking on this blue chat button here, you can start a chat, and if you're ever stuck on any step, they will answer you immediately and help you along. Now you want to assign a tag to any leads that are inside a promotion. And that's simply because if you happen to be running another promotion simultaneously, you want to make sure that that particular lead is not getting hit with 2 or more promotions, okay? Because that's just frustrating. So what you would do is assign a tag. Now, I have a lot of tags made, but typically the one that I like to use is simply called Inside Promotion, right here. Now you can name this anything you want. It's entirely up to you, and you can create it right on the spot if you want. So you would just click on Create Tag, enter the name that you want to use, click Add, and then choose it for your tag element. Now next is you telling the automation which message to select. And these are the drafts that you would have already written, or you can click Create New Message right here. So let's say for argument's sake, we create a message. Make sure to always title your messages so you know what it is and when it was sent. So I'll just put title and date. And this should come up automatically. This is your email address. Your subject line, you'd want to write something catchy. And then design your content. Now, I'm assuming you've already done this and you know that there are a lot of templates in here that you can use. I typically use my own template and I would write whatever I want in here, okay? You click on next, scroll to the bottom, save and finish. Now, if you were creating this under the email tab up top, you would choose save to draft. If you had created a draft, you would select draft mode here and then choose that draft that you want to use. And notice when you do select a draft, this system has to copy it into the automation. So you would just click apply and then that email is ready to send. Next, you have to tell your automation to check for opens or for clicks. Now, I prefer to use clicks because these days open messages don't always register. But you can certainly use opens if you want. And you would go to add elements, click on when any newsletter is opened, and just replace this element for this one. But I won't add that in. We'll leave it as clicked. And again, you have to click on that element. Now you want to select automation message because this one was reconfigured for an automation. Decide if you want any link in that specific message or a specific link, and then select that message, and it shows up here as that particular message. Now, to configure this particular element, I typically put in about 6 to 8 hours before the resend is sent. And again, this is the choice you have. You can do days, hours, or minutes. It's entirely up to you. Now, if they click on a link in that message, they go down the automation. If they don't click, this is where I like to give them a second chance by sending them a resend. So basically, your resend message is going to be fairly similar to the first message you sent, but not identical, because if they opened this email but didn't click, you just want this one to be more persuasive to entice them to click on the link. And after they've gotten that second email, they come down to the next element, and this is where you can determine how long you want them to wait for. I typically wait 1 day. Now, each segment repeats itself with these elements. You choose a draft and let the system prepare it. You decide how long to wait if the link is clicked. You send a resend email, and then you decide how long the wait element is for. So when we look at this segment, this is what it includes. And you can add as many segments as you want. In this automation, I've added a second, I've added a third, and a fourth. So this is a fairly long promotion, but it's entirely up to you how long you want to make your automation. It really depends on what you're trying to say, how you're trying to help, what niche you're in, what the product or service is. There are many different scenarios. But if you decide that this is too long, then simply highlight the number of sections that you don't want, press delete, and then link the elements, okay? Because you won't be able to publish it unless everything is linked together. Now, at the end of the automation, you can decide how long you want them to wait before they're done. And I typically wait about 5 days because I want to give them a rest before I send them anything else. You can also choose to wait for a specific day and time, or wait until a specific day of the month, like possibly the first of every month, and you can pick a time. The next element here is removing that tag. So you don't want them to always have this tag, because when you create a newsletter and you decide who is going to be inside that promotion, if everyone is still tagged with inside promotion, you won't have anyone to send it to. And this is what I mean. Let's say you're creating a new newsletter and you're filling all this out, and when it comes to recipients, I would typically choose my broadcast list that I'd want to send it to, and this is where you would exclude contacts from receiving your message. You would click on segments, click on inside promotion, and you would exclude those so that when you're sending this new newsletter promoting a new product, You're only including those that are not currently inside any other promotion. So this is where you would choose the remove function, and then you're choosing which tag you've created, and I choose the inside promotion. Now I typically wait about 30 minutes. Okay, you don't have to add this in here. I just like to give the automation a little bit of a breather. And then I assign them another tag. And what you can do here is either create the one you need if you don't already have it done, but I will often say done whatever the name of your promotion is. Let's choose this one. And this is a tag that will stay with them. And the reason I do this is if we go back to where we've created that newsletter and I've chosen my broadcast list, I've excluded anyone who's inside another promotion, but now I also want to exclude those who have done this promotion already. Okay? So if you're running a promotion once a month or however often you want to do that, this ensures that the same people who have already done that promotion are not getting hit with it again. Okay? And then finally, I select a list that I want these people to go to. If there's a different list you want them on other than the broadcast list, I tend to automate everything to end up in my broadcast list. It just keeps things a lot cleaner. So if you started with those in the broadcast list, you really don't need this particular element. Once you've got everything done the way you want it and set up the way you like, you would come up here and click Save and Publish. And the system will automatically tell you if they found something that needs to be fixed, okay? And basically you just hover over the red exclamation mark and it'll tell you what it is. And in this case, you can see that I did not select a message at the beginning, so it's got no way to know how to start this automation. I did not select the resend as we went through. I didn't select a message in this automation. We were just talking about it. Okay, same thing for here. So that's what's nice about this, is it will automatically let you know what you need to fix in order to complete it properly. And if you really are stuck and you're not sure what to do, like I said, go to this chat button. Their response is almost immediate and they're a great help. Now for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to click Save and Exit, okay? And it's right here. And it's showing as a draft because it wasn't able to be published. And I remember the first couple of times that I made these, sometimes I would even forget to publish, and then I'd wonder why my leads weren't hearing from me until I discovered my error and fixed it. So if ever you make a mistake, don't worry. We all fail forward this way. It's simply a learning process. But I do hope that you could follow along and understand what I explained to you. If you're stuck with anything, please just contact me. Or better yet, click on that live chat button that you see on the left. They really are fantastic and you'll get immediate help. It'll be faster than reaching out to me with an email, okay? So until next time, have fun. Cheers.